What is your name and position title?
My name is Sarah Farbo, and I am the Assistant Director for the Service Leaders Program and the Career Development Center.
Where are you from, and what did you do before Susquehanna?
I am from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster, not Lancaster, by the way. And before I came back to SU, I worked as a community school director in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in a public elementary school. And a community school director is somebody who helps reduce barriers for students and families so that when a student is in the classroom, they can really focus on learning and not have to worry about being homeless or poverty or any of kind of those other things that a student brings with them to school. So I helped build community partnerships to kind of take care of those pieces so that when a student was in the classroom, they could really focus on learning.
Please describe what you do in the CEC.
So, I am the Assistant Director for the Service Leaders Program, or SUSL, like Dr. Seuss, and this is a prestigious service learning opportunity for students. You can think of it like a 4-year internship program where as a first-year student, you apply to the program and you get accepted, and all 4 years you're at Susquehanna University. You are part of this program and you receive professional development and leadership training over those 4 years, and you get to work with a community partner 6 to 8 hours per week. So the overall goal of the program really is to build students' professional and leadership skills so that they can be successful post-graduation and they can be involved in whatever community they end up working and living in. I also am a career counselor here in the Career Development Center, and I advise students on career topics such as resumes, informational interviewing, and really help them build the skills they need to be successful post-graduation.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was little, I really wanted to be a lawyer, a dancer, or a scientist. So I think I really wanted to be a lawyer because of the justice and the equity piece, and I wanted to be a scientist because I really wanted to do experiments where things blew up and I got to discover things, and then I wanted to be a dancer because I really love dancing. So none of those things happened, but that's what I wanted to be.
Why Susquehanna?
So I'm an alum, woohoo! And I spent 17 years in the nonprofit education field after I graduated from Susquehanna University, and really loved being in the nonprofit world. And I lived in Boston for 11 years, moved back to Lancaster, Pennsylvania in 2012, and then an opportunity arose to come back to Susquehanna in 2017, and I was really excited to come back to serve as a mentor and advisor to young people, because when I was a student here at Susquehanna, adults really helped me blossom and develop and grow as a person, and I really got to experience some transformational activities and classes and experiences that made me who I am today. So to have even a little bit of that impact on some current students was really, really exciting to me. So I'm really happy to be back here and working with students and community partners and faculty and staff. So I love Susquehanna and I'm really happy to be here, and I think it is also a place where people can really be themselves in a very genuine way, unlike any other place I've ever worked. So it's great to be here.
What other things are you involved in on campus?
I am involved, I'm an advisor for the Student-Centered Learning Living Communities. I'm not sure if that's the exact title, but I was asked to be an advisor next year for a group of young women who are going to focus on service and youth involvement, so that's pretty exciting. I also am really concerned and interested in how to help support students with food insecurity and housing insecurity on campus. So I have convened a committee to kind of work on some of those barriers that students face. So I'm really interested in that piece. And I'm also really interested in diversity and inclusion. So I sit on a couple of councils, both in the community and on campus, to address those issues.
What is your best piece of career advice?
Gosh, the best piece of career advice I've ever received, this is tough, but I think it's twofold. It's one, knowing your worth and knowing your time and how valuable that is, and knowing how to say no thank you, because I think that in our culture and on our campus and just in the Western world, we get told that we have to be busy and be achievers and do a lot of things, but it's really good to set boundaries for yourself and to know when to say no thank you so that you can take care of yourself and then be the best that you can be in your role. So I would say that's the best career advice I've ever gotten.
Tell us a fun fact about you.
I mean, this is the one I usually always say, but I grew up on an Amish farm for 8 years when I was a kid from ages 2 to 10, and I did not have electricity or hot running water, and I loved it. I loved spending time outside. We had a wood stove where we heated up water, and I just loved being in that environment, and I felt like I learned a lot at a young age about the way that a lot of people in our world live, and that's always stayed with me.